Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Last 60 acres of harvest, really. We're done after this. So should be, I would say, kind of a laid back 2 days, but not really. We really need to get going as fast as possible because we're at the mercy of the elevators now, and they usually close down about 4. Oh man, I had to put a jacket on. It's a little chilly yet. Anyway, the plan is Dad is going to be heading over to the corn ahead. He's just grabbing some DEF and oil and things like that to check the combine with. He knows he needs DEF. He knows it leaks oil. Both trucks are full, Kenworth and the baby truck back there. I'm just going to be emptying this for now, just getting going as fast as possible. I probably should start this truck actually and get it the heck out of the way because it is sitting in the drive lane here. Don't know where I'm going to put it, but the thing with this 7600 is if it is cold out, the PTO will not start. You got to let the tractor warm up and all that, and then it'll start for you. But so on this wet holding bin, there's 2 indicators you can see here. This black speck here, and there's one here. If you look close enough, this one is yellow and this one is still black. Basically, those indicators are just telling me where the corn is at in that bin. So I need to keep an eye on it now. It's past the halfway full mark. I got to keep an eye on it because as soon as it reaches this top mark, it can hold about 700 bushel to the peak, which is about a baby truck full of corn. It's gonna be a bit of a guessing game, and I'm gonna have to keep a close watch on it because if I'm, messing around here or whatever and the indicator flips on while I'm unloading the truck, I'll have no idea when it turned on, you know what I mean? Well, that escalated quickly. I didn't think there was that much corn in there. I just got this empty. We're still at the farm, haven't left yet. And the wet holding bin's full. All right. Well, we at least got the baby truck with 25,000 pounds, so we can just leave that here, I guess, and I can have Dad walk up there, or I can walk up there while he's emptying it, and we can get it totally packed full. Hopefully he's got the corn head on now, and he's starting to fill the cart. I'll get over there, start trucking to town. Okay, let's get the 8270 started. Start picking some corn. The landlord texted us. His car is actually right behind me. And he said that he is bow hunting on the north field. And so he asked if it would be okay if we started on the south field. Just so that it, didn't mess up his hunting. So it's a good thing we saw his message because we normally start on the north field. But it really doesn't matter to us where we start.
You're going to have to make sure I can get under those power lines with the main extension up.
Oh, yeah, you should be able to make it here, right on the corner here, But I definitely wouldn't try it anywhere else.
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah. So I'll stay on the phone with you and let you know. Oh, hold on. My phone My phone recognized that the Kenworth is extremely close, also known as 300 feet away, so it better connect to the Bluetooth. So obnoxious.
Yeah, I get it.
It's so annoying. You got plenty of room.
Oh, very good.
Anybody out there with a John Deere S780 or S Series combine, is it supposed to sound like it's just banging around in the back like that? Is the chopper that loud, or what? I don't know what that is, but it just sounds terrible, honestly. It really does. Ended up seeing the landlord, and he sat and talked to me for a while. I was thinking Dad was probably going to be full before I got back in the tractor, and he needs me to follow him around the field, get opened up. And he might have noticed I wasn't moving because he's kind of just picking randomly over there, unless he made it all the way around already. I don't know. He might have made it all the way around. Yeah, you can see this is pretty sandy here. This didn't do anything. Those are zeros. Could probably just drive through that if you want me to be honest. This farm is, it's decent. It's got its sand pockets and things like that, but it's not your Class A soils, but the rest of the field does pretty good. It gets so stinking wet here. It's usually a challenge, but thankfully it's been pretty dry this harvest. Now that we're just getting here, we were kind of waiting for the lake and bridge to open up before we came over here. Worked out really nice. Man, I hope he opened up a spot for me to turn through here. So he's right there. He's close by. However, if he didn't open up a spot for me here, I'm gonna have to drive all the way around to get to him. I'm hoping he did, but it doesn't look like he did. We're going on an adventure. This field is probably not going to average 200 if I had to tell you the truth. We've got quite a lot of damage in this field. Where it's standing, it looks really good. But unfortunately, there's just too much deer damage, probably a little water damage from spring. Actually, no. Drought damage from spring because it didn't rain at all. Those sand areas just completely burned up. That's all that happened there. Usually there's water damage because this field is so wet, but not this year. It's probably why the rest of the field looks so good. But I imagine, if I had to guess, this field is probably going to average 180, somewhere in there. I'd be surprised if it was up in the 200s. Very surprised. This is actually pure sand. And deep river bottoms. That's why pretty much all of this is now CRP. A lot of that side of the field is CRP. You can see you got a lot of trees growing, stuff like that. It's been CRP for a while, but so our landlord was hunting on the farm this morning and said he didn't really see any deer. Little ones, but nothing much, but I don't know. Looked pretty big to me. Anyway, enough screwing around. I don't know what's in here. Could be snakes. We got a nice crop here. Wow. Dad's finally got a spot opened up for me to get the truck turned around so that I can get it loaded. But I can't really do much underneath these power lines. I don't know why, but these taillights keep staying on. I had LED headlights put in on the semi last year, and I sent it to the dealership to have the parameters changed on the CPU, whatever, to accept the LED headlights. And they were supposed to fix it. They told me it was fixed. They charged me for it. But I still get warnings on the dash about headlamp amperage too low, which means they didn't change the parameters. And now it's messing up the trailer lights, and it's just, I don't know, at least I think that's what's going on. Or we just have a wiring issue on the trailer, but I'm still mad about the headlights. We're gonna get this moved around into the field. That way I'm not trying to load it, like I said, underneath all these power lines. It's usually not a good idea. Just gonna leave that running because we do almost have a full cart, and I really need to get on the road. It's getting late enough in the morning that I haven't even gotten my first load yet. We probably should have picked a cart load last night, but it was so stinking late by the time we got here. Quite the short rows to be unloading on the go, but we'll just slow her down a little bit and get the cart topped off. I can get headed to town. Things been waiting all day. How does everybody feel about right-handed grain carts? Because having my armrest and everything that I work with over here, having to turn to look to see what the heck's going on to the left, it gets kind of obnoxious. A right-handed grain cart, you know, would be simple. I would literally just be sitting like this and watching the grain right out of the window with my controls here and everything, and man, that would just be slick. The only problem is all the stinking monitors and stuff like that, and usually guys have got even more than that. We've actually ripped out about 3 of them from the planter and stuff. The only problem is unloading on the go. If you've got, you know, I usually leave it out, leave the auger out while I'm unloading on the go and just run. You couldn't do that with a right-handed cart because about the time you swing underneath there, you're gonna smoke the combine with the auger. So you would have to fold it every time. However, who cares? You just have to not forget. I don't know. Seems practical to me. I don't know if anybody's got one out there, but okay. Well, as the late great Willie Nelson would say, on the road again. Band of gypsies, we go flying down the highway. We're the best of friends. I don't know. I don't remember the lyrics. Wow. I hate these train tracks. Mostly because the trains run through here about 80 to 100 mile an hour, so you have no time to react to the crossing guards going down. And now they just did something, I don't know what, but they built up that one side and it is so rough going over. Holy cow. I actually did get caught one time going across there, and those crossing guards started coming down. They come down very quickly because the trains are moving so fast. I just had nosed over the train track with the truck, and those guards started coming down, telling me a train was coming, and it actually got hooked up on the back of the trailer as I was pinning it across. Luckily they're spring loaded, so I didn't damage anything, but that was a scary moment because the train went by about 5 seconds later after I got across. It seems like a lot of time, but if you think about it, like 5 seconds, but it, you know, in terms of a train hitting you, that's it just felt a lot scarier than it was. I just seen a black cat walking across the concrete here, so now I'm a little worried. Well, that came down pretty quick. It looks like he should have about enough. As soon as he gets back with that full hopper, he'll have enough for the truck. But I've got about an hour to get to town until they close anyway. And I don't know, I'm thinking I'll probably end up just helping him take the end rows off of this north side before I leave, because it only takes me about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes to get there. So I think we'll have time. So change of plans. I am actually gonna just take off now with the semi, and Dad is gonna be working on these little patches up here. That way he can get that little work done in the daylight, and it should be about a truckload, so that I can just fill it once I get back, and then we'll have an empty cart to take the end rows off on the north side, maybe get a little more done after that, and then we're gonna have to pretty much just call it a day, because the elevators are shut down and we have no room at home. From the way it's looking though, we're easily gonna get this done tomorrow. Figured I may as well bring the cart over there to him so he doesn't have to truck it across this crap all the time. You could probably, actually, I'll just park right next to the fence. And he can just shoot the spout over the fence line. That ought to work. Yeah, I feel like he could probably make that. Maybe I'm too far away, I don't know. Guess we'll find out. He may just have to move the cart himself. He may get that opened up and move it over there anyway, I don't know. But anyway, last truck to town today. Let's get her done. Man, I wish I could fix those taillights. I keep unplugging the lights on the trailer and plugging them back in. It fixes it for about half a second. And actually, the LED headlights are not on right now, so that would tell me it's just a wiring issue on the trailer. That'll have to be fixed. Just so you know I wasn't lying. You'll see how fast this train comes through here. He's flying, old son. You know, some of the graffiti on these trains is actually really good. Kind of gives you something to look at while they're going by. It's like we got like FedEx and Amazon and all that, and it's probably all getting shipped to my house. It's all my wife's stuff she ordered. And there is 2 tracks here. So I still roll the windows down. Make sure I don't hear anything. Make sure I don't see anything. And then I go. That'd be a bad day. Okay, well, time for lunch and a beautiful sunset. And he should be about done here. Don't you just love wintertime? The sun sets on your lunch break. Also, he must have been able to fill the cart from across the fence there, because it's sitting in the same spot. Say this windshield's incredibly dirty, but the corn is also as tall as the cab in some of these areas.
You always park that cart where the sun is. Every time.
Just aim at the fiery ball in the sky.
Yes. Every time. You park that cart where I can't see.
I think it might help without this door.
Well, it does, but then you got a red dog problem.
Well, that was a nice, long, relaxing lunch. We don't get that often. Usually we're prison eating as fast as we can to get back to whatever we were doing. But since the elevators are closed, we've already got the truck full basically after I go fill it with this. Oh, I can't do that yet. There's power lines. Yeah, we can't do anything else. So we figured, what the heck? Let's take a long lunch. And by long, I mean like 15 minutes, but it's longer than what we normally do. Well, the family made it out for the last ride. Hi.
Daddy.
Hi, sweetheart.
Daddy.
Everly.
It's like trying to hurry.
You say you want a snack?
Yeah. Should I just peel it?
Oh. Okay. I don't know if I have any. Good job. We need to go that way. Hey, Everly, what are you working on? You're working on the tractor? You got your wrenches? Can you show me your wrenches? Show me what wrenches you got. Oh, you got 2 of them? Good job. 2. Tomorrow, I'll see you then.